Alright, with the socket bearing, yes, it does, or it is a triangle for the base, but it's not an equilateral triangle. So the polygon tool does not help here. The polygon tool will only make equilateral polygons. So don't use the polygon triangle. This cylinder, there is a bore here. It is a drilled hole. You have to use the hole tool to get the drill point on the end. We can extrude in two directions at once, or we can add this back on. But 2 3/4 and a 7/8, we want an overall length of 2 3/4, so we're going to have to subtract at some point, which we can key in to the spin box. Alright, let's go. In inches. This is a drilled hole. We do have the drill point on the end. It is not an equilateral triangle. So a new part in inches. And we'll start with the base. So it's not an equilateral triangle. So we do have to manually create the triangle. With the given dimensions. Alright, we do know the distance to the centers, 3, and the distance from this center back is 2 7/16. Not only will these get a hole, there will also be the outside radius. So since this is not equilateral, we cannot use circular pattern to create these either. So what we could do to save some time is make the diameter of the circles equal. So if we set the diameter on 1, so a 9/16 radius, so double that, 9/16 times 2, and a drilled hole diameter of 3/8. Let's try 3/8, not 38. We can set the size of this outer circle, or radius, so these are all equal. And then we can set an equal relationship between the inside circles. Now we have tangent line construction. The one on the bottom's pretty easy in the fact that it meets at quadrant points. But the outside we have to add our points of tangency. So I'm going to make a tangent relationship and another tangent relationship, and then this one's going to be tangent as well. The trim tool works pretty well here as well. I'm just going to strike through it so I don't miss components in this body when I do go to extrude it. So there is the profile that I am looking to extrude. We have a base thickness of 3/8 of an inch. Since we cannot cut and extrude at the same time, we'll have to create our boss on the top. So I know the distance from the bottom to the center, which is 15/16. And this cylinder is 1 5/16 in diameter. So I'm going to extrude back. So I need to drop lines straight down because it is rectangular over the triangular base. So I have an enclosed body. I am now looking to extrude this. So the overall length is 2 3/4. Well, I want 7/8 to come out front, and I can't extrude this cylinder and this rectangular section at the same time. So I have to add these together. Since I'm going in a negative direction, minus 2.75 minus 7/8. And that did not turn out as I planned. $2.75. It's going in the wrong direction. Minus 2.75 plus 0.78. Plus 7/8. Still not right. Let's try it one more time. Minus 2.75 minus 7/8. That's not working. Let's do it this way. Let's make the 7/8 first. 7/8 to the front. I can reference this sketch again, and I can extrude. Not that face. Minus 2.75 minus 7/8 plus 7/8. There we go. Yeah, that works. And hide the sketch. I have a bore, so I have to use my hole tool. We can reference the center. In terms of reference, it is a drilled hole at a depth of 2 1/8, 118-degree angle drill bit, and the bore diameter is 5/8. Material is cast iron. Oh, fillets. Can't forget them. 16th inch fillets. Alright. And now machine surfaces. Bottom is machined. Holes are machined. And the front face of the horizontal cylinder is machined. I'm going to double check. This should be 2 3/4. 2 3/4. From here to here should be 7/8. 7/8. Non-equilateral triangle. Got it.